Hey, what up ladies and gents, it's your favorite Asian robot right here, hopefully your favorite official content creator for the First Descendant, and today, what we're going to do is I'm actually going to go through all of Lepic's, well, Ultimate Lepic's Transcendent mods with you guys, and I'm going to show you what they do, you know, how they work, all the changes that occur, because sometimes the description isn't all that there is, and you actually need to delve into the skill to really learn about Transcendent mods. If you guys would like to see me do this for other characters, then please let me know. The only one I probably can't do right now is Enzo because I don't have his mods, but I can probably do this for any character that I currently own. So let's get started and let's begin. There are a few things when it comes to Lepic, like, of course, many builds do suggest one particular way over another. This is not wrong, incorrect, or anything like that, but there are certain things that you need to understand about why certain Transcendent modules are picked. So I'm going to go in, show you all about this, and then you can come to your own conclusions. And of course, if you would like to, you can wait for my Lepic builds, which are coming very soon. Okay? All right. Let's begin. Now, there's one thing I need to tell you before we begin, and it's not register. I mean, you guys should register me as your content creator if you want to. Link is in the description of the video, as always. But no, the one thing I need to tell you is that the level of the Transcendent mod doesn't actually matter. Okay? I'm just going to prove this with a short little demonstration. This is regenerative braking. Okay, I happened to level this up because it was the first ever Transcendent mod I ever got in this game. So I leveled it up a little bit, right? It changes Lepic's passive. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly show you this. All right, take note of the amounts. Cooldown 10 seconds, recovery chance 17%, max MP 12%. Okay, we're going to now remove it and put on the unleveled version. All right, and take note that the values are exactly the same. So what this tells you is that when you level up a Transcendent mod, its effects do not change. The only thing that ever changes is that as you level up a Transcendent mod, its cost goes down. So by having more levels in your Transcendent mod, you can fit it better into your build and things will look less horrifying for you. All right? Because yeah, we all know we're starved for points. So pretty much this is the reason why you have to level up your Transcendent mod before putting it in your build. Okay, let's go through all of the Transcendent mods right now, and I will explain their effects, all that kind of stuff. All right, one by one, stage by stage, all that kind of stuff. Now, excuse any coughing, let's begin. Let me remove my camera as well, and I'm gone. All right. So the first Transcendent mod that we'll go through is called Regenerative Braking. Regenerative Braking basically changes Lepic's passive. So his initial passive is called Close Call. You should know what it does. Okay, it changes his passive into Regenerative Braking. This causes him to have a 10-second cooldown on his passive, but whenever he uses a skill, he has a 17% chance of recovering MP. The amount of MP that he recovers is about 12% of his max MP. If you compare this to the MP Collector, all right, MP Collector, whenever you defeat an enemy, you've got a 17% chance with no actual cooldown, at least it's not stated here, and you can recover 12.2% of your max MP, which is better than Regenerative Braking. So, well, unless you are really starved for MP, you really wouldn't want to have this Transcendent mod in there. That being said, it is pretty useful for the farming build, and I'm not going to lie on that because being able to regenerate your MP is pretty awesome. Not going to lie. Okay, so I do tend to have a soft spot for this one on the farming type build. Okay, because it triggers whenever you use a skill, and you're always going to be using skills with your farming build. All right, pretty much at least every 2.9 seconds. Okay, next, what you will need. Oh, and one last thing. When this changes, right? People have asked whether or not the cooldown of this skill will be affected by cooldown type mods. All right, let's put that in there. As you can see, it will actually affect the cooldown of this. So if you have something like Nimble Fingers or whatever other cooldown mods, again, this is why we use this in farming builds, technically, you can reduce the cooldown of this all the way down to about, I think, roughly, I've got mine down to about 5-6 seconds. So yeah, that's a possibility, and you can do that pretty easily. Okay, so just take note that the cooldown mods do affect this one. All right, now back to the Transcendence. So that is Regenerative Braking, which is the first Lepic Transcendent mod. It is available for both the base Lepic and for Ultimate Lepic. All right, next, Power Unit Change. Okay, this one is super awesome. It's available for both Lepic and Ultimate Lepic, and this is actually one of the strongest Transcendent mods for Lepic. It is used on the gun pick build, where Lepic focuses only on gun damage, and it is quite legendary. What it will do All right. Sorry, I should probably show the base version first. Lepic's second skill is Overclock, increases skill power modifier, allows his skills to do burn damage and all that kind of stuff. Okay, power unit change will make you do less burn damage, and the duration of the power unit charge goes from 20 seconds down to 5 seconds, but you gain 52% firearm attack increased. This can get pretty insane if you think about it. You can lower the cooldown on it, and you can also increase the duration on it, which basically turns this into quite a menace. All right. Like I said, this is again used on a lot of gun pick builds, where if you want to focus on using guns to really devastate your opponent, you can actually do something like this. All right. It is best used with high critical damage weapons. So, sorry, high crit rate. Excuse me, high crit rate weapons, so that you can absolutely shred through your opponent. All right, 52% increase is not a joke. It is a lot of damage, considering that shot focus, when it's maximized, if gives only, hang on, shot focus when maximized gives only 15%. This is a lot of increase. So 52% is nothing to scoff at, and you can literally make it last roughly 7, 8, I think it's about 9-10 seconds roughly. It is affected by both duration modules. So if we use skill extension right here, and of course, if we use nimble fingers, just as a demonstration, the duration of this will go up, the cooldown will go down. So do be aware, and of course, the duration of your burn will go up as well. But that's really not the point of the gun pick build. You know, the point of the whole gun pick build is to absolutely shred your opponent. So you can actually use this, and it's pretty badass. It's pretty badass. All right. So that's power unit change. Again, the gun pick build will not be covered in this preseason. It's something that I'll only cover in season 1 once we can have variable symbols for the catalyst symbols for each of the different settings, so that I can have a specific gun pick build ready to go. All right. Okay, that is the second one. That is power unit change. Power unit change is pretty awesome. Okay, next, nerve infiltration. Nerve infiltration changes the overclock ability. The duration goes down to 12 seconds. The skill power modifier actually increases, but it takes away the burn damage. Instead, what you get is a 10-second weakened regeneration effect. All right. This weakened regeneration effect causes whatever your target is to have less HP healing, less HP recovery, less shield recovery. So it can be pretty useful if you find that your enemy regenerates a lot. That being said, I don't think there are that many enemies that regenerate a lot, so, you know, there's that. But the skill power modifier does increase slightly, so it's not horrifying. The base version is 20%. Nerve infiltration has 30%, as you can see right there. Okay? All right, so that's nerve infiltration covered. Increased efficiency. Okay, this is known as the bait. Why? Because I leveled it up all the way when I was new, thinking it would be awesome. It affects your ultimate ability, Overkill, right? Take note that Overkill causes your weapon to change to the unique weapon that has a skill power modifier of 2,760% with continuous damage coming in at 43.8%, you know, from the field that is generated, right? Except that when you put increased efficiency on, bing, the weapon changes to something that consumes MP on every shot, all right? It recovers MP on a critical hit, which can be useful for farming, but here's the thing, the skill power modifier goes from 2,700 down to 370, and there's no more continuous damage. All right, it's just a rocket launcher. So if you really want a rocket launcher on Lepic, I guess you could do this. It's a rocket launcher that costs MP instead of having a duration and whatnot. But if you're gonna go bossing, this is not what you want, all right? It can theoretically be used for farming, and it does create some pretty funny situations. But because the cooldown of this is still 80 seconds, all right, let's just put this to the test in the field, right? Okay. This thing won't ever go away as long as I have MP. And I can end it at any time. But take note that the fire rate, you know, although affected by sharp precision shot, is a lot slower than what you get without it, all right? So yeah, you can do some funky stuff with this, and once you run out of MP, that's it. All right, it goes back to your normal arm. Again, this is not a wise decision. I do not enjoy it. You can theoretically fire this forever if you really, really want to. But I'm going to be very frank with you and say that this thing is not all that fantastic. And I do not enjoy using increased efficiency. It's okay. It's okay, I guess, but it's not really all that great. You can try it out if you really want to. I have not found it useful or potent or powerful in any way. All right. Next is Firearm Master. Okay, this one is pretty unique. It changes your excuse me. It changes your passive, where previously you had Close Call, you know, which would save your life. It changes it to Firearm Master. What Firearm Master does is that whenever you change weapons, all right, you have a 5-second skill power modifier increase. This can be affected by duration mods, which is why a lot of people use it for bossing. Because if you were to put on a duration mod, just as an example, your Firearm Master goes from 5 seconds to 6.8 seconds, which is long enough to give you this bonus throughout the time that you're firing your cannon. Let me just demonstrate that. Actually, it would probably be a good idea. Okay, so here's a Vulgus. Summon one. All right, here we go. Now, you know you can cancel this by rolling, right? So you're gaining the Firearm Master bonus right there. Oops, sorry, lag spike. And the Firearm Master bonus will last for most of the duration of your arm cannon firing. All right, so this is basically why Firearm Master is used and why it has these lovely, lovely benefits for particular builds. All right, you can gain extra skill power during the time that you're firing. And although it's only a skill power modifier increase of 39%, hey, any extra damage is good damage in my books. All right, and it's not like the others really help out Lepic a lot. So this is what is mostly used for bossing. But yeah, it's up to you what you want to use. Last but not least, we're going to cover Explosive Stacks. Explosive Stacks changes your primary ability from the normal grenade to a 3-charge grenade. All right, let's take it off first. Okay, your normal grenade has a 6-second cooldown, MP cost 35, skill power modifier of 585%. Okay, when you put on Explosive Stacks, that is halved. You go from 585% to 290% instead for your skill power modifier, but you gain 3 charges of your grenades. All right, and you can gain grenades back by firing 25 shots with anything. All right, so just to demonstrate, let me just quickly replenish my supplies. Okay, you've got 3 charges. The cooldown on all 3 stacks is 40 seconds. All right, but if you want it to cool down faster, you fire your gun. Every 30 shots you fire, well, every 25 shots you fire will cause you to gain a stack. You don't actually have to hit a target to gain a stack. All right, you can fire blankly up there and still gain your stacks. So some people do like this. But what I really hated was the fact that it reduces this. Like, I was going to use this at first for my farming build, but then I found out it actually reduces the grenade skill power by half. So instead of a 3 times benefit for my grenade, I have a 1.5 times benefit, and I may as well just reduce cooldowns instead and use something else like regenerative braking, you know, for farming. So that kind of struck me, and I was like, okay, you know what? I think I'd rather just do that because there's no point in having explosive stacks. But if you like it, you can try it out. You know, it's up to you. But that basically covers it for all of Lepic's modules. So which ones can be used by Ultimate Lepic? Which ones can be used by normal Lepic? All right, regenerative braking is for both. Okay, this one can be used by both. All right, power unit charge can be used by both. Nerve infiltration can be used by both. All right. Increased efficiency can be used by both. Firearm Master can only be used by Ultimate Lepic, and Explosive Stacks can only be used by Ultimate Lepic. All right. It's up to you which Transcendent mod you want to use in your Lepic journey. There are interesting builds that can be used with increased efficiency and all that kind of stuff, but I have found my pathway to be very different, so I'm just going to go with my style. But if you come up with some interesting builds, you know, that can smoke bosses instantaneously, hey, let me know. I'd love to see it. But for now, this is what has worked for me. And gunpick, again, like I said, it doesn't really gel because the farming build and bossing build could sort of be merged together loosely until the ability to change these catalyzed slots for different settings comes in effect. But the gunpick build is completely different. So that's why I'm not doing it in the preseason. But yes, are Lepic builds coming? Yes, they are. I'm doing the testing now as fast as I can. All right, I'm working on it, so y'all got to give me that time. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you guys will continue to enjoy my streams and my content. Now, at the end of every video, we always thank the top supporters. So, our top supporters for August are, these are our top tier channel members: Princess Star, Track Hoodie, Arcane Silver, Death Dawning 982 are Plus Ultra. Thank you guys so much. Track Hoodie has changed his profile picture, but since the rankings were the same, I kept the same picture. George Tishon, BVS Fang, I3XO, and Nice get the only fan level. Thank you guys so much. You guys are such amazing supporters. All right, these are our top tier channel members. These are the people that you see on with me all the time. All right. There are others, of course, but they are special. They've been grandfathered into the scheme because they've been with me for years and years and years. Okay, August top supporters. Top tipper, Luke Greenfield. All right, top super chatters, RR Odyssey, Sebastian LeChance, George Tishon, TX Panda King, Sir Tommy Gunn, CU Yuri, Death Dawning 982, I3XO, Atomic John, Ted Wu, Phil the Mega Pint, BVS Fang, and of course our top channel membership gifter is still TX Panda King. Thank you guys so much for all this. All right, these are the people on the leaderboard. Thank you so much for all you've done for me. Thank you for everything. I appreciate you guys so much, okay? And I hope you guys will enjoy the video, all right? Register me as your favorite content creator if you like my stuff, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't do anything weird while I'm gone. Catch you later. Oh, did I already say like, share, and subscribe? I think I did.